Hey everybody, sorry for the delay in videos for this Let's Play. It's been kind of strange, this game. It doesn't go in any exact chronological order, and I may have recorded a horrible episode. Yeah, it was pretty bad. So I had to start over. And I have come to realize that, once again, it doesn't go in any chronological order, so the episodes are all jumbled. All the chapters are all jumbled. So, we're just going to go through this, and I will skip over any chapters that we may have already done, because I have to start over. And there's no load function. It's kind of weird. Anyway, alright, let's see what's going on. It's just what, Linda? It's just what? What do I say? I don't know. What do you say? Hello, Tommy. Hope we can go back for more shelves. That would be awesome.
Hey, Tommy.
Could get used to back rubs like that. Whale. Alright.
Can't beat me.
Oh.
Alright, are there any documents? Yes.
And I just got off the phone with Mom. She told me about Grandma Joe. I know we expected it sooner rather than later, but this is hitting me so much harder than when Granddad died last year. Do you remember going to Grandma Joe's house after school on Wednesdays and playing until Mom got off work? How Grandma Joe always had a surprise for us? Even if it was just cookies in the oven, she'd always time it so the whole house would smell like them when we got there. I hope the minister captures those little moments because they don't seem as little now. I wish the circumstances were different, but it will still be good to see you at the funeral. What am I saying? You probably won't even get this until after the funeral. I guess I just needed to write anyway. Love, Linda.
Alright, so that's pretty sad. Linda's grandmother just passed away, so mark the 21st of this month on your calendars. For one day only, watch the world-famous Fighter 5 as they scream across the sky. Witness death-defying feats of flying in a display unlike any other you've ever seen. Guaranteed to blow you away. Don't miss it. Okay, is there any...
How's my little man doing?
I don't know.
You don't know how you're doing, Tommy? Oh my god. Ah. Dan, big news. Got a call from Bracket Books in Eugene, and they want to do a reading from Windsong. Maybe even some Q&A. Some book signings, all that good stuff. I think you should do it. In fact, I'm going to be pretty pissed if you don't. Bracket is a big outlet, so if this goes well, orders for the new book will definitely go up. I don't need to remind you how long it's been since Trammer's Way came out. If you don't keep your name out there, no one will even notice when you finish the new book. Whatever it's called. Hell, speaking of the new one, why don't you read some of it too? Maybe the second chapter you sent me last month. That one was pretty good. Bracket Books, Eugene, 21st. See you there. Paul. P.S. You know the long game, right? Nailing this one could mean a bigger advance on the next book. Next book, seeing as how things are going now with his writer's block and whatnot, I doubt there's even gonna be a next book. Hello, Linda. What are you painting? Looks good. Okay. Good talk.
I walked out to the bluff to remember Grandma Joe and say goodbye. And on the way back, I started thinking about what it really means to have a family, to make that your focus. She seemed to take such joy in being surrounded by her family, providing for them, taking care of them. I hope I never took that for granted. When I got back to the house, a question hit me that I can't get out of my head. What will Tommy think about Dan and me when he gets older? And what if Tommy has kids of his own I can't even begin to think of myself as a grandmother. I haven't even been a mother for that long, and I'm still feeling my way through what it means to be a good one. At least I'll always have an example. I miss you, Grandma Joe, and I'll never forget you. I promise. Hi, honey.
Okay, more depression. That's cool. And what's this? Tommy's drawing of him and Grandma Joe with the... No, that's not... Is that an astronaut? I thought it was Grandma Joe because of the white hair, but it might be a white helmet. I'm not sure. Hey there, Tommy, what you drawing? I don't want to read your memories right now. I just want to see what you're drawing. Okay. Well, that works.
Most of you here knew my grandmother. For those who didn't, I truly wish you had. She was an example for all of us. Her warmth, her caring, and her smile were impossible to forget. It's still hard for me to believe she's gone. Without her, the world is
Dull. Boring. Hello, Dan. What's on your mind? He has to learn about grown-up problems at some point. Yeah, true. Ah. What's going on?
Oh no. Joe's funeral's the same day as the signing in Eugene, and Paul says they can't move it. He'll understand if I bail because he knows Linda, but Grofield is a different story. They won't give a damn why I missed it. They'll just get a memo and put it in a spreadsheet somewhere and write me off just a little bit more. And it's not just the timing. If I do the reading, I've got to get that chapter in shape. It's not even remotely ready for anyone to see it. Can't worry about what Paul says. He's my agent. He's supposed to stroke me. And what about Tommy?
Here's what's gonna happen. Linda, come here. First, we're going to go to your grandmother's, and then we're going to show Tommy a good time. Can you read?
Oh my God. We just got home and wow. Now I wish we'd had a bigger gallery. It was packed. But I guess it's like a bar. Being loud and crowded just makes people think it's cooler. What an experience. So many people said that the promo in the paper caught their eye and stood out from the usual notices. And I've got a call with the agent Dan found scheduled on Tuesday. I don't know how I'll feel in the morning, other than hungover. But right now, I want that rush again.
Yeah. Alright. Let's see what else you've got here. No. No. Yes? Hmm? Yeah. It's pretty sad. Is that everything? Did I get all your stuff? Okay. Ticket if he's coming to the funeral. You need a ticket to a funeral? What? Oh, airplane ticket, I suppose, but... Once again, they're still sad.
Is she in heaven? Is she in heaven?
I'm sure she is, honey.
Okay. First, call. And then, magazine. Magazine. What's this? Is that just floating? Oh no, I'm the one who's floating. I was about to be like, wait, why is that note floating? That note should not be floating. Alright. And then magazine. I love how it just like says what you should do and then gibberish. Dan couldn't bear the thought of Linda going to the funeral alone, so he bought a ticket and flew to Denver with her. The funeral was hard for Linda, but having Dan there made it easier to bear. They stayed up late the night of the funeral as Linda told Dan stories about Grandma Joe, and they talked of maybe being grandparents themselves one day. Dan sat Tommy down and did his best to explain why they couldn't go to the air show. Tommy had a crying fit. Dan eased the blow by promising to take him to the next one. When they drove to town and went from store to store until they found a plane toy for Tommy, who loved it. Paul was livid when Dan called and said he couldn't make the reading. Dan was used to his agent laying him out, though what really worried him was that he hadn't gotten a chance to work on the chapter Paul had asked him to read. That gnawed at him, and he knew he couldn't afford to keep pushing his book second if he wanted it to be his best work. And that's how the Kaplan's first month at the house on the cliff came to an end. That wasn't the first month. I've already done the first month. It just... I had to restart the game because of a horrible episode, and Dan sent what he had so far to Paul. It went badly. Dan knew the work wasn't very good, and Paul echoed that judgment. Blah, 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 blah. I believe we've already read all this, so I won't read it again. If you guys want to, I won't skip past this or anything, so... Alright guys, that's about all the time we've got for this one. Sorry for all the confusion and taking a while to put out the next one, but hopefully we just get through it, and it's a fun game. It's a good story. I like the story a lot, but it's just weird how they did the chapter outlay. It just... yeah. Alright, anyway, I'll see you guys later.